What's good, people? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, please do subscribe down below, smash the like, hit the bell. Those things help out a lot. YouTube does notify people when we upload, so just make sure you hit that bell. Anyway guys, today we got a dope episode for you. It's all about questions that you guys have asked and we're gonna answer it. So we put together a list of 10 questions that you guys actually asked, and we're gonna literally go through those one by one and answer each of them to the best of our ability. Now we all know that growing plants is a process that requires attention to detail and a significant investment of time, effort, and cash. If you want to optimize your resources and maximize your yields, then you should definitely check out this video because we're going to answer some dope questions for you guys. Now the truth is, while growing plants successfully isn't necessarily difficult, it is a learning process and mistakes can and will be made. So to help you with your grow right from the start all the way to finish so you can look forward to a great harvest, let's go through those 10 questions now. What's good, people? It's your boy Matt and we're back, another episode, Talking Loud Podcast. Run up those likes. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, man. Smash the like, subscribe. But if you guys wanted some of those fire genetics, definitely join up with the iCanFAM VIP Bean Club, man. Things are popping. Fire genetics are going out to VIPs all the time, so if you guys want to get those mailboxes burnt down, definitely hit that link in the description below. Join up with the iCanFAM VIP Bean Club, fam. And yo, that quality germination booster is what you guys need if you guys are popping beans, man. So definitely use this and you guys will stop losing seeds, man. I know it sucks when you lose those new fire genetics, and I don't want you guys to. So hit that discount code icanthc, grab some of that quality germination booster, join up with the iCanFAM VIP Bean Club, and you guys won't regret it, fam. I promise you. Appreciate y'all. Now without further ado, guys, let's get into today's episode. Now the first question is, how important is genetics when growing flower? Now genetics plays a significant role in the yield, the taste, the aroma, and the overall growing traits of your plant. Bean selection is therefore a crucial part of the growing process as it will heavily influence the final outcome. Every grower will have their own preference when it comes to strains. Some may prefer something light, some may prefer something more couch-locky. Now the environment for where you're growing is also another important factor when it comes to choosing your beans. If you're growing in a small indoor space, autos may be a great option. Maybe you're planning an outdoor grow and want to grow a huge tree. Other factors such as climate will also play a role when choosing your genetics. Now number 2, what is the best growing medium? Well, there are many ways to grow plants. You can run them in a pot of soil, you can run them in water and hydroponic setups. There are options. There are literally different substrates or growing media that you can choose from. The soil, cocoa, clay pebbles, there are a lot of different options. Some techniques such as hydroponics don't require a substrate at all, just water. Let's stick to growing in soil for now, as this is what most cultivators use. So what exactly makes a great soil? Well, a light texture. Soil should have a light and airy texture. This way the roots can grow effortlessly with easy access to oxygen. In DWC setups, the plants grow super quick because the roots don't have anything restricting their growth. So you want to aim for your soil mix to not be too dense and compact. Now water drainage is also important when it comes to soil. Water should drain well, as your plants don't like to have wet feet for long. Trust me. Now water retention is also a big one. Water draining too fast from the pot isn't optimal either. The soil should be able to hold water and nutrients for a reasonable period. Optimal pH is also important, guys, so the pH level of your soil should be about 6. That's ideal. A little above or below is not bad. 5.8 to 6.3, anywhere around there is not bad at all. But if the pH is way off, then your yield will suffer. The plants simply can't uptake nutrients. We did a whole video on pH and soil, so definitely check it out. Now nutrients is also important. Some soils already contain nutrients added in. Most soils that you buy at the garden store contain nutrients for about 3 to 4 weeks of growth. If you're new to growing, the best option is to source a ready-made soil from a reputable brand. These already have the right structure and contain enough nutrients to get a grow going. You won't need to add anything or do anything extra, you can just get to growing. Now here's a pro tip. If you want to grow organically, you can make your own super soil. Organic materials such as compost or bat guano support the growth of beneficial microbes that produce nutrients for your plants. This way you don't need to give additional nutrients and you only need to water your plants. Mother Nature takes care of everything else and rewards you with juicy buds with natural flavor. Now we've done a lot of videos on organic growing, so definitely check it out. KNF as well is like super organic growing. The KNF method is like organic growing on steroids. Now question number 3, do I need nutrients to grow plants? Unless you're an experienced grower setting up a purely organic grow, like what I was just talking about, the answer is yes. You'll likely need some nutrients, but just don't go crazy. You can literally kill your plants if you're not careful. More nutrients doesn't mean more flowers. Overfeeding can easily happen, and it is indeed one of the most common mistakes that growers make. I accidentally overfed my plants recently. Check out my IG if you want to see how bad that turned out. Now, seedlings and very young plants don't need nutrients at all most of the time. If you're growing autos, they'll also need a lot less nutrients than photoperiod plants. If you're getting soil from the store, chances are it's already pre-fertilized. These nutrients usually last for about 3 to 4 weeks, like I said, which is also the average duration of the veg stage for some plants. So a lot of the time, if you use those soils, you don't need to add nutrients until the first month is complete. Now, plants require different concentrations of nutrients during each phase of growth. Now, we did a whole video on plant nutrients and listed our top 5, so check that out. But in essence, plants need a lot more nitrogen during the veg stage and a lot more potassium and phosphorus during the flowering stage. Now let's move on to number 4. What are the best grow lights for indoor growing? Well, of all things, guys, lights are probably the most important of your growing operation. The more the better a lot of the time, once you don't get light burn, that is. Getting the best yield is about finding a good balance between cost and yield, and finding the right type of light for your setup is super important.
Yo, y'all gotta check out them new Mars Hydro Evo Smart Lights, fam. Those lights rock. Y'all know we've been running Mars Hydro gear on this channel for the longest while now. And no matter whether you're a beginner grower or a master grower, whatever the hell that means, then for sure, Mars Hydro lights got you covered, fam. Two of my personal favorites are the FC8000 and the SP3000. These lights rock. And now Mars Hydro's leveled up the game even more with these Evo Smart Lights, fam. Definitely check them out, guys. And of course, we got you guys covered with that discount code icanthc. Use that and snag a nice little discount on anything. Definitely check out the Mars Hydro official website. Now, if I were you guys, I'd use that discount code on them new Evo Smart Lights, fam. These lights got some amazing standout features, such as the Samsung LM301H Evo's high efficiency rating. We're talking 3.14 UMOs per joule for a single diode and 2.85 UMOs per joule for the entire light. Mind-blowing. Plus, they also got that new smart FC4000 Evo bar light made for 2x4 coverage. So if you're like me and you love to use 2x4 tents just because of how versatile and nifty they are, then this light is definitely worth a try. For any 2x4 tent, I'd recommend this or the SP3000. I love my SP3000. And for any 4x4 or 5x5 tent, I'm gonna definitely recommend these new Evo smart lights or that FC8000. I've also used the FC6500 and it works great. Now, it doesn't stop there, guys, because Mars Hydro's also got tons of grow tents, carbon filters, and other grow equipment as well. If you're just starting off, you can grab an entire grow kit with everything that you need to get started from seed all the way to harvest, including thermometers, pots, timers, the works. With that Mars Hydro icanthc discount, you guys can get it at a great price too. So level up your grow room and thank me later. You won't regret it, I promise you, fam.
Now, the Mars Hydro lights rock and they always bang. They work great for me. They've got external dimmers. You can remove the drivers and put them outside the tent. So for days like now when it's super hot, a lot of you guys would know, you can get the temps down in that tent really easily. And also a lot of them are full spectrum. Full spectrum means that these lights are good for vegging and flowering. Don't skimp on your lights, guys, as this is where it's worth spending a little more. And that discount code and Father's Day sale can grab you one right now. But here's a pro tip, guys. Don't burn your plants. Avoid light burn. Bleached and crumpled leaves are signs of light burn. By placing your lights too close, you can cause light burn, so place them at an appropriate distance from your plants. Always check out the recommended manufacturer distance. You can bring it down a little bit, but once you start to see signs of light burn, bleaching, or crumpled leaves, then take it back up a notch. And keep in mind, guys, that seedlings and young plants or even cuttings are particularly sensitive to light stress. They don't need a lot of light. I literally just use CFL bulbs sometimes for clones and they work great. Once they root, you can transfer them to your veg tent. Anyway, let's move on. Number 5. Do I need a fan in my grow tent? Well, a simple fan in your grow tent blowing a steady stream of air across your plants can provide a lot of advantages. It prevents mold and growth from stagnant and humid air. It strengthens the stems with a little breeze, gets some nice stems built up. It can deter some pests like mites and fungus gnats because they don't like a lot of breeze. And it prevents bud rot during the flowering stage. But don't go overboard, guys. Set the fan so it blows a gentle breeze without overly stressing or damaging your plants, and a little oscillating fan works best. Inline fans and carbon filters work great to recirculate the air, but the oscillating fans do a great job at just blowing a gentle breeze across the grow room. Now, number 7. How can I achieve the perfect climate for growing my plants? Well, there are two important variables for achieving the perfect climate when it comes to growing indoors: temperatures and humidity. And I talk about that a lot on this channel. Both of them must be optimized for healthy growth, but the optimal values for each depend on the growing stage of your plants. So I'm gonna throw up on screen now a little chart that'll help you know what you're aiming for and when you're aiming for it. Now, number 8, how often do I have to water my plants? Guys, this is such a big one. Incorrect watering, overwatering, and underwatering, both of those things is hands down the most common mistake that growers make when they're growing their plants. Watering too frequently leads to all sorts of problems, from mold and fungus to root rot and nutrient lockout. It's crazy. crazy the amount of things that can happen. But underwatering dehydrates your plant and stunts healthy growth. Although it's less threatening than overwatering, it can be a problem sometimes, but it's a lot easier to recover from that. So how exactly am I supposed to water my plants? Well, water less frequently so that the soil can dry out between sessions. To test it, you can put a finger into your soil, just make sure your finger's clean, then just stick it up here. If the top 3 or 4 centimeters feels dry, then you can water your plants. You can also lift it up, see how heavy it is. If there's a lot of water in there, it feels really heavy, then don't water them. But underwatering, like I said, is a lot less of a problem. Should a plant temporarily droop from being thirsty, it'll usually recover great within hours once it's watered. Now, number 9. Will training my plants help me to get fatter buds? Bigger flowers. But plant training techniques such as pruning, topping, low stress training, high stress training, super cropping, filming, there's so many of them. They can certainly be beneficial. If you're growing indoors, those techniques can optimize the available space for increased yields. When you train your plants, more light can reach more bud sites. That should give you a lot more flowers. By performing low stress training outdoors where you gently bend and tie the branches of your plant to grow horizontally, you can also keep your grow a little more discreet if you got those nosy neighbors. Now here's a pro tip. During flowering stage, a lot of the times your buds can get super heavy and branches can bend, sometimes they can even crack. So you want to support your plants with maybe string or stakes just to help them carry the load of those fat heavy flowers that are to come. Those will also come in handy if you decide to use low stress training. Trust me on that one, guys. Now number 10. When is the best time to harvest my flowers? Well guys, definitely you want to harvest at the right time. This can make or break your growth. Not too early as you want your flowers to mature to their full size, potency, and flavor, but also not too late since the potency will start to degrade at some point. Literally know that harvest time is near when most of the leaves on your plant have turned yellow, you got those nice fade and fall colors, and a lot of the pistils turn from a nice white to a deep orange or brown. But here's another pro tip. Just looking at your plants isn't an exact method to determine harvest time. A much more reliable method is to inspect the trichomes properly. Trichomes will change color and indicate when the flowers are ready. Use a jeweler's loupe or a USB microscope and take a good look at it. A lot of growers harvest when a small portion of trichomes, about 10 to 20%, have turned amber. But everyone's got their preference, so drop a comment down below and let me know what's your preference. Now if you want to find out more about the perfect harvest time, we did a whole video on this, so definitely check it out. You should probably just subscribe if you haven't already, cause like I don't know what you're doing, bro. Now I saved the best for last, number 11, and I don't got 11 fingers. But is drying and curing important when growing your plants? Guys, this one is so overlooked. It's immensely important. Drying and curing allows your flowers to develop its aroma and its potency. Those are the things that you really enjoy, right? The smell and the taste, the effects. Some say that the weeks after harvest are more important than the entire grow before it. Now we have a whole video on drying and curing where we break it down in detail what we like to do to get the best out of our flower, so definitely check that out. But in a nutshell, when it comes to drying, you want to hang your flowers in a dark room with good air circulation. You want to have a fan blowing but not directly on your flowers. You want to aim for a RH of around 45 to 55%. You want a long, slow dry for best results. Long, slow dry, guys. Always remember that. A long, slow dry and cure is best. Best results that can take anywhere from 7 to 14 days of dry. Some growers trim off the drying, which prolongs the dry time but may result in a better taste. Yesterday's episode was all about trimming, so check it out and smash the like. Curing is also important, guys. When your flowers have dried, place them in some mason jars. Fill the jars about 3/4 way so there's room for some air. You want to burp them frequently so stale air can get out and fresh air can go in. And this is where all the magic happens. The longer the cure, the better. The curing process can take anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks and beyond. If you can't wait, you can test some of the flower after about 2 weeks, but maybe start off with some of the smaller buds. But I know a lot of you guys got problems keeping your hands out the cookie jar, right? But anyway, guys, I hope I answered all your questions. If you guys got any more questions you want me to answer, drop them down in the comments. I could always make another video on it. I'll see how you guys like this one. But smash the freaking like for growing some awesome plants, man. Thank you guys for your questions. You know I always try to help you guys out. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. We're gonna post a video on the Garden View series just now. And a huge shout out once again to all our patrons. You guys freaking rock. Anyway, guys, don't forget to hit the bell, smash the like, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, fam.